Morikami Museum in Japanese Gardens was created in 1977. Morikami is one of the only buildings in the United States that's completely dedicated to the collecting and showcasing of Japanese culture. To begin, we have Morikami Falls. This area of Morikami is titled Morikami Falls and consists of dynamic tension between boulders with flowing water.
Morikami is a celebration of more than century-old connection between Japan and Florida. To amplify this, the path leads you to Yamato Island, the original building established in 1977, the beginning of Morikami. On Yamato Island, tourists will find the Morikami bonsai collections. The direct translation for bonsai is tree planting, and is the art of growing trees shaped and grown in a container. The WBFF World Bonsai Friendship Federation marks Morikami's collection as one of the world's best public bonsai exhibits. On Yamato Island, you will find the Color of Nature room. This room features a display of many different pottery in Japanese culture, one example being the sake cup stand.
Morikami is a place not only dedicated to Japanese culture, but to the remembrance of the Yamato colony. Mark number 16 in the Morikami pamphlet proudly displays the Morikami Memorial, an area featuring a traditional gravestone for George Morikami, the father of Morikami. Later, in 1989, George Morikami's ashes were given as a gift back to the people of Miyazu, George Morikami's hometown in Japan. Next to his gravestone, there's a marker that memorializes Joe Sakai and Mitsusaburo Oki, the founders of the Yamato colony. From that point on, you emerge into numerous gardens.
The Hiraniwa Flat Garden, intended to make use out of plant material and visually incorporate outside elements through borrowed scenery. The Romantic Garden displays the naturalistic trend of the Meiji period. This garden features mimics of the movable bridges of the koto, a Japanese stringed instrument. The early rock garden is inspired by Chinese landscape that is shown in paintings that carried a distinct water depiction. This is the Paradise Garden, which is meant to represent Buddhist haven, a pure land. And finally, the Shiden Garden. In the Han period, Chinese garden design ideals developed and began to feature lakes and plants and highlighted the informality and the beauty of nature.
In total, Morikami has 6 gardens, established in 2001, and was in addition made 24 years after the museum's opening in 1977. The museum itself is established to keep the Yamato clan name alive in history. The group itself came to America in the 1900s and became farmers. The colony unfortunately nearly failed due to the unsustainable source for agriculture, and the clan was forced to travel back to Japan. George Morikami stayed, however, and inevitably prospered. The land he owned, along with the rest of the Yamato clan that stayed, was seized and used as an Army Air Corps training base by the U.S. He eventually bought land in Delray Beach, and that land later became Morikami.
Shortly after the gardens, tourists will be met with several bridges, one of which is James and Hazel Gates Woodruff Memorial Bridge. This bridge was built in memory of a couple who loved Japanese gardens, Miss Woodruff and her husband, a Pearl Harbor veteran. This bridge symbolizes a link between Japan and Florida.
From the bridge, you are taken to the Chie-no-wa Wisdom Ring. This is a replica of a stone lantern of Miyazu, the sister city of Delray Beach in Japan. The original 500-year-old stone lantern stands firm in its temple dedicated to Moju, the Buddhist deity of wisdom.
As for the inside of Morikami, the museum grabs the heart and attention of tourists. The museum features a broad collection of Japanese art and artifacts collected over the years, as well as some pieces donated by private collectors and other outside sources. The artifacts on display in the museum are all different aspects of Japanese unique culture, such as the kokishi dolls.
These wooden dolls are limbless wooden dolls made from natural material that test the limits of traditional shapes and designs. Aside from these dolls, the museum offers tourists paintings, specially crafted art, and a room for tourists to add and express their own ideas.
Finally, Morikami offers guests a place that offers guests both home-friendly food as well as an opportunity to taste a different culture, the Cornell Cafe.
The gift shop allows tourists to take a piece of Japanese culture with them. From clothing and handmade artifacts to journals and food, the gift shop is the perfect way for a guest to conclude their trip of Morikami.
In closing, Morikami is one of America's only museum and park attractions that offers exclusive displays of Japanese culture and is welcoming to educating its guests about the wonders of this culture. Here, guests are able to partake in 19 acres of unique garden and nature preservation and immerse themselves in Japanese artifacts and paintings. On top of all of this, guests can indulge themselves in Japanese cuisine and gifts.
There truly is no place like Morikami in America, and Treasury Tours gives you, the viewer, thanks for letting us show you the astonishing place that is Morikami. Thank you.
Some quality ASMR. Oh yeah. Come to Morikami, not only for the nature, but for the ASMR.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna come. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with
ASMR part 2.